Marcus Rashford is in the form of his life and he's been tumbling records left, right and centre. In yesterday's match against Leicester City, the England striker scored twice and in doing so, he's broken another couple of records. Now over the next couple of minutes, I'm here to tell you what records has Marcus Rashford broken, including a special achievement as well, which is very personal to him, that he's also achieved. Now, without wasting any more time, let's quickly dive into those records that Marcus Rashford has broken and what are these milestones that he's touched upon. Let's quickly talk about that as well before we get into talking about how his numbers really look like at the moment. Now, talking about the special feat that Marcus Rashford has now achieved, he's now achieved his best goal tally for the Red Devils. He's touched 24 goals already, and remember, Manchester United are alive in 4 competitions at the moment. He's already scored 24 times for the Red Devils. And talking about how those goals have come, 14 of them have come in the Premier League. He scored 4 times in the Europa League, and if I'm not mistaken, he scored 1 goal in the FA Cup as well. So bulk of those goals coming in the Premier League for Marcus Rashford. He's third when you talk about the top goal scorers in the Premier League right now. But Marcus Rashford has never had the kind of season that he's having at Old Trafford right now. His previous best had come in the 1920 season, wherein he'd scored 22 times. He had a low season last year, but what a comeback under Erik ten Hag he's made. And and look how things have changed, because this isn't the kind of season that he had up till the World Cup. But after the World Cup, he scored 14 times across all competitions. And what a turnaround it's been for him since Cristiano Ronaldo's departure as well. Not in any way is Marcus Rashford letting Old Trafford miss Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's already touched the 24 goal mark across all competitions, which is, by the way, the best ever tally for him. And let's not forget, yes, of course, Erik ten Hag speaks volumes of him. It is Michael Owen as well, who feels that he's absolutely world class and again absolutely destroy defenses in the games to come. There is another achievement that Marcus Rashford has now achieved with that with those 2 goals that he scored against Leicester. But remember, both those goals coming on either side of the halftime break. But let's not tell you about the other milestone that he touched. He now becomes the first player since Wayne Rooney to score in 7 straight Premier League home games. No other striker has been able to achieve the feat. You've seen so many strikers. You saw Falcao, you saw Van Persie, you saw so many of these strikers come in. There was Cristiano Ronaldo himself who made a return to Old Trafford. He also, by the way, scored 24 goals last season. But it looks like Marcus Rashford is going to go way beyond that number and is going to make up for all the goals that, let's say, Manchester United didn't possibly get in the first half of this season. So for 7 straight games now, he scored. And Wayne Rooney, by the way, his record of scoring for 8 consecutive games, by the way, goes back to 2009. Between December and March is when Wayne Rooney has scored for 8 consecutive matches. And no other player since then has even scored for 7 consecutive games. But Marcus Rashford has now achieved that feat. And Old Trafford, well, he's Old Trafford's darling right now, to say the least. And in all likelihood, given the fact that United are going to be playing Southampton next, it does look like he could make it 8 games out of 8 as far as getting finding the back of the net is concerned. The overall record, by the way, belongs to Cristiano Ronaldo, who at the peak of his powers during his first tenure at Manchester United had scored for 11 consecutive games. But we'll have to wait and watch if Marcus Rashford can indeed go ahead and get to that record as well. But given the form that he's in, Michael Owen definitely feels that he can shatter all sorts of records, because he looks absolutely unstoppable across not just England, but if you talk about the top 5 European leagues, there's nobody who scored as many times that he has since the World Cup ended. But since we're talking about his numbers, we've talked to you about the records that he's broken. Let's now take a look at what the numbers really look like and how Marcus Rashford really upped his game from last season and how he fared before that. Let's now quickly have a look at that. This is how the top 5 goal scoring seasons for Marcus Rashford have looked like. Talking about that 17-18 season, he'd only scored 13 goals. Then you talk about the following season, again a similar tally, but look at the fact that he played 52 games in the first season, 47. So the goal per game ratio wasn't that great. In the 2020-21 season, which is the season we were just talking about, he did get to 21 goals, and the following season again just bettering his performance from the previous year, rather the 19-20 season, beg your pardon, is where he showed what he could really do and got to those 22 goals. Also, by the way, in this season he did get to 12 assists as well. Right now, as far as his goal tally is concerned, yes, of course, he's bettered his numbers from this year as compared to bettered his numbers from 19-20 season to this year. But as far as the assists go, he's presently assisted 8 times. So he had 12 assists in this season as compared to 8 that he has presently. But look at the fact, look at the difference over here. That's what I want to talk about here. There is a good difference of 22 goals over here, and look at the difference here. In 36 games, he's already scored 24 times and has assisted 8 times. So he's just 4 short as far as assists go. But Marcus Rashford looking absolutely unstoppable and threatening at the moment. And even though he's not quite playing as the striker, he's playing out on the wing. Of course, he is cutting back in, and he finds himself that space in the box, which is the area that he likes to operate in. But Marcus Rashford, with the celebration of his as well, by the way, which is going absolutely viral these days, he has now achieved indeed a special milestone. Scored for 7 consecutive days, 7 consecutive home games, and no other striker had done that as far as strikers at Old Trafford are concerned since 2009. Last time around was Wayne Rooney, and it's now him who's now scored for 7 consecutive games. Also, it is now his best ever goal tally while playing for the Red Devils. Remember, there was a time there was talk about him moving out of Old Trafford, but he feels absolutely at home now. He's rediscovered himself. He's rediscovered his form. He's looking absolutely potent, and he's a nightmare for defenses at the moment. And the 24 goals, he is now third as far as the race for the Golden Boot is concerned. Yes, of course, one can say that Eric Ten Hag is confident that he can go ahead and get much better, but to catch up with an Erling Haaland looks very difficult because he's already got 26 goals. And then there's Harry Kane as well, who's scored 17 goals. But in third position, tied with Ivan Toney of Brentford, Marcus Rashford is having the time of his life at Old Trafford. We hope you like this video, and in case you do, like it, do share it with your friends and family members, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Sports Today.